What I love about um, raising an only child is when I meet other mums in my community that are also a mum of an only child, and it's because when I have those conversations with them, it's like I don't need to explain myself, especially when it comes to playing, with your child. And they're like, "Oh yeah," and they'll ask me similar questions. They're like, "Have you had the time where you organize a play day or you set up a time where your kid is playing with other families and they play all day and then they come home and they'll say, oh, I'm bored." And I'll be like, right, yes, I have experienced that recently. And then we start laughing. And I love it because those types of conversations, when I am talking to a mother with multiple children, sometimes, they don't mean to say it, but they'll come across saying things like, oh, well, they just need to, I don't, they'll say something similar. They'll say something like, oh, well, my children, I don't have to, they don't come home bored because Sam plays with Tina and I can just go and do what I need to do, or they find something else to do, with their sibling, or they're in a room and they're fine. But here's the thing, I'm like, yeah, but Olivia, when we're at home, it's just her and I, because her dad's at work, and so if she is wanting company with another child, she doesn't have that sibling to go in the house. She doesn't have that sibling to look at, or a sibling to like bother, or sibling to ask a question. It's just her and mummy. And so I find with parents, with multiple children, it's the conversation is different. And I wanted to talk about that in this episode, is that when I'm talking to a mum with an only child, there's almost like how do you say it? I don't need to explain myself. And because Olivia, regardless if their child is a lot older, teenage years or 20 years older than Olivia, they say, oh, yeah, I remember that stage. I get it. It's normal, or it's okay. It will pass over. And there's an understanding, there's an empathy, there's like, oh, yeah, yeah. And they're not coming with, not to say that the other parents of the multiple children, they're coming with judgment. I'm not saying that, and just saying that I don't have to explain in some situations. I'm like, okay, I got to explain myself. I'm not saying Olivia is, you know, she's bored. Not in that way. It's just refreshing when you are talking to a parent with an only child, and then they get you straight away. They're like, yep, I've experienced that before and I totally understand. Or they'll say, yeah, oh my goodness, I just did that myself. And so that's why I really enjoy just meeting, regardless if I already know the parent, whether I'm at church, or, you know, I'm meeting one of my friends, homeschool friends. It's just, or Olivia's at school and I meet another mum with an only child. The language, our experiences, the languages are the same. And so we laugh about it, me and the other mum. And it's usually coming when it's time to play. Like, they're at home. They'll say similar, the kids. We notice that they say similar things like, oh, I want a sibling, or there's nothing to do, but they played all day with their friend. And that's what I mean. If I was to explain it to, say that some of the sayings that Olivia would say to a mother with a multiple children, I don't, in my experiences, they generally think it's something else. But they don't realize that they have multiple children, and their children, once again, whether or not they want to play with each other, they can just sit in the same room. They sit in the same room and their child is there where Olivia's not. It's just like, again, I say it's just her and I in the room. And yeah, you have animals, right? But it's just for us in our experience, it's just not the same. Yeah, Olivia most times. And she's kind of funny because she was like, oh, I don't know if you're at that stage where your child said they want a sibling. Now, Olivia has been asking, when are we going to have, is she going to have a little brother and sister? And I shared with her, Mummy and Daddy have decided that, we're a family of three. And, we had to navigate and still, work that with her because she is wanting a sibling. And that's okay. I don't mind her sharing that because that's her heart. And so we continue to encourage her that she has lots of cousins who love her, and she has grandparents and uncles and aunties and friends. And we create that community around her, that she is, surrounded by love, people who do love her, and she can always see them. But we all know it's not the same. Having a sibling is different than having a friend or a sister. I mean, yeah, sibling versus a cousin, or, it's, and you might say, no, it's the same. Well, I get it. I get what you're saying. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you're going through that stage where you're getting around some of your other mum friends, and they have multiple children, and you might say something about your own experience and what your child is going, and they might come across differently. That is normal. Just letting you know. And and if you're like, sometimes I just, even though with my mom friends, I might kind of feel left out because whatever reason they might think my life is a lot quieter or easier, that is not true. I've talked to all my mom friends and family members with an only child, and we all agree it is a lot of work, and we do get tired, and it's full on because we are the mom that is there for the child to play with, to cook, to clean, to tell stories. I mean, we're there. They don't have another sibling to bounce off ideas. We are we are there. And so our attention is there. And it can be exhausting if you don't balance it out. Like, I had to balance and work through that, what that really looked like. Learning to have quiet time, my own quiet time and Olivia's quiet time. And we're still working on it. But, because it's different with siblings, like I said, it'll be easier. In some ways, I think it's easier, but because I don't have another child, I can't say that. But in my imagination, like, if we had another child, she could just play with them. But, I don't know, because I don't have another child to share that story. So I'm not going to talk about something I don't know. So, Mom, if you're out there but you do have friends, and they have multiple children and they do get you. I have a lot of other friends as well. I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes they say things like, ugh, that's not, I wish that was my life, but that's not. They don't understand about mother of one, and that's fine, because I surely don't understand about having multiple children. But if you have friends who are very supportive of you, I have other friends as well who are supportive of me being when I share my experiences and tell them, hey, I'm tired. I'm just as tired as you with multiple with you having multiple children and I only have one. I get tired. And they're like, yeah, you would be tired because, and then, they give me encouragement. So I just want to let you know, um, sometimes it's going to be like that too. And I'm sure sometimes I may say some things with mothers with multiple children that doesn't make sense. And they're like, huh? Nope, you don't get it either. And you might say something and it really, like, what was that all about? I don't know. So I just wanted to encourage you that it's going to be okay. What's the point of this podcast? What I'm hoping you're hearing my heart. Don't lose hope when you make friends with parents of multiple children. Sometimes in the conversations, they're not going to get you. They're going to look at you like, what you're sharing is like, huh? And they might say, you don't understand. You only have one child, so I must be either whatever, fill in the blank. And you might think, oh, kind of feel left out. I just want to keep encouraging you. That is normal, regardless if you're a mother of one or multiple children, because not everyone always gets you. And sometimes people say silly things and they don't even know it. But I just want to keep encouraging you that friendships are important. And then when you meet parents of an only child, it is such a blessing. I love the mums I meet, in our community, because it's such an instant connection. I mean, all my experiences with Olivia's going to the gym, or she's at the swimming pool, or she's at the playground, or at school, when I see and connect with another mom and like, oh yeah, I have an only child, and they say my child is too. There's something that lights up in me and they too, because we just understand. And I really feel their heart and they really feel like, wow, yep. And then we start laughing because we start sharing similar experiences. And there's some people, parents in my church, and their children way older, and then they just give me so much encouragement and wisdom, and they said, oh yeah. And I said, how long will it last? And I just keep playing and playing and playing with them, and they said forever. Until they're a teenager, and then they don't want to play with you. They just want to hang up their own friends. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Olivia's 6 years old. And then they start laughing. And 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 that's what I love about it, is that they say it with love and understanding. And so I wanted to share what conversations you're having. I hope that they're encouraging you, that you find friends that are encouraging you and that listen to your experiences. And also, I'm praying that you also find parents with an only child who are also encouraging to you. And because each family has their own rhythms, I tell people, our family, our dynamics and how we you know, when we eat dinner and what we do, family time, it looks different from other people. What they enjoy, what they don't. And so I always tell people, once you find your family rhythm, and it evolves, like 5 years from now, Olivia will be, of course, a lot older. And so interests are different. So is mine and my husband. And so we all have different goals, but as a family as well. So I just wanted to encourage you, as you find your rhythm and you're looking and you're connecting with new friends, and maybe you have old friends as well, just enjoy the process. But also be kind to yourself, and remember that you are a wonderful mom. You are absolutely a wonderful mom. You're doing the best you can with the time that's given. And you are the best mom for your child. You truly are. You are loving on them. You're encouraging your husband. You're encouraging yourself. And you are like a gift. And I say that you are a gift to your family, and they surely do appreciate you and what you offer to the community as well. I mean, you are raising the next generation and you know their heart. So be kind to yourself. I laugh and smile because I say, I'm reminding myself I'm a wonderful mom. High five. And also, I want to leave you with this. If you want to have a friend, remember to be a friend and be a friend to yourself. Be a kind friend to yourself. Say kind words, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. And I really, hear my heart that you are a wonderful mom. So look in that mirror and tell yourself, I am a wonderful mother for my child. I'm a wonderful wife. I am doing the best I can with the time that's given, and I am a wonderful friend. I tell myself that I am a wonderful friend. And then I say, you're welcome to my family. Some days they're like, huh? And I'm like, you're welcome. Okay, then. So thank you for listening. You're listening to Focus. Well, I was going to say Focus in the Family because that's another podcast. But you should, if you want to listen to Focus on the Family, go ahead. But this is Love in Focus, building community with our only child. And this is for building love. Why am I laughing? Oh my goodness. Building love, one episode, love and focus, one episode at a time. Thank you for subscribing and listening. And I will see you in the next. See you. You mean you will hear me in the next episode.